Chapter 42 Da Blake Parade. I sat depressedly in Dumbledore's office with Hedwig, Satan, James, Sirius, Snap, and Lucian. Dumbledore was sitting in front of us, cruelly. He looked more young than he did in the future. He had taken the iPod away and was now listening to a shitty Avril Lavigne song.
What the hell is this anyway?
He cackled meanly. I hoped he didn't find out I was from another time.
Whatever, you don't blame a Bonnie, you jerk,
Satan said.
Yeah, seriously. She was trying to get Satan and Hedwig back together,
Sirius said deviantly.
Be quiet, you Satanists!
Dumbledore cockled.
If you're lucky, I'll probably send you all to Azkaban. That will teach you to copulate in the Great Hall.
He changed the song on the iPod to an NSYNC song. Suddenly, I noticed something strong about the iPod. It was slowly chonging. Dumbledore didn't notice.
You fucking poser,
I muttoned.
I bet you've never heard of JC,
James said. No, I knew what the iPod was chonging into. Morty McFly's Tim Machine. 1-1.
Shut up, Joms!
Draco's dad shouted.
Yeah, shut up,
Snake said, preppy.
Now you shut up, Dumbledore. 1-1-1-1,
said Tom.
I've had enough of you Satanists in my school,
shouted Dumbledore spuriously. Suddenly, I grabbed the iPod from him.
Everyone, jump in before is too late. I jumped into it, but only one other person jumped in. It was Satan.
You dunderheads!
1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1.
Screamed Dumbledore wisely as we went. I looked around. I was in the Slytherin conmen room with Satan. I was wearing a Blake plaid miniskirt with hot pink fishnets, a sexy Blake MCR corset, and Blake stiletto boots with pink pentagrams on them. My earrings were Blake Satanist sins, and my raven hair was all around me to my mid-black.
Hey, cool, where is this?
He asked in an emo voice.
This is the future. Dumbledore's iPod he tried to take away from me was really also a Tim machine,
I told him.
Cool. What's an eye patch?
He whimpered.
It's something you use to listen to music.
I yacked.
OMFG, cool. Wait, what's a four-letter word for dirt?
He asked in his sexa voice.
I guess sand?
I laid confusedly.
Yeah, I was just trying to make sure you were still the same person.
He triumphantly giggled. Suddenly, some of my friends walked in. OMG, you're fucking alive, said Ginny, wearing a Blake leather jacket, Blake baggy pants, and a gothic black from first to last shirt. I explained to her why I was alive.
Konnichiwa, bitch,
said Willow. She was wearing a Blake corset showing off her boobs, with lace all around it and red stripes on it. With it, she was wearing a Blake leather miniskirt, big Blake boots, white foundation, Blake eyeliner, red eyeshadow and Blake lipstick.
Hey, motherfucker,
said Diabolo with his reed hair. He was wearing a black P?ATD t-shirt and Blake baggy pants. Hey, who's that, Ibony? Bloody Mary questioned as she walked in, wearing a black t-shirt with a red pentagram on it with lace at the bottom, red leather pants, and a Blake lace and black stilettos.
Oh, it's Satan,
I told her, and she nodded, knowing the truth. Suddenly, Satan started to cry.
Are you okay, Satan?
We asked concernedly.
OMFG, you're from the future, one. What if you don't like anymore, 'cause we're from different times?
He asked.
No, I still like you,
I said sexily to him.
Okay.
He said reassuredly. I let him listen to Teenagers by MCR on my iPod while I was about to go outside to find out some things. I gave Diabolo a signal to keep Satan occupied. Satan fell asleep. I took the iPod. I was about to walk outside. Professor Sinister ran in 1111. She was wearing a gothic Blake mini dress with depressing Blake stripes, white and Blake stripped tights, and red Converse shoes. She was wearing lots of Blake Illiner.
Oh my fucking god, where's Draco? 111. How did Snap get back here? I thought he was in Azerbaijan.
I asked sadly.
Ebony, I was so worried about you, but I know you can't fucking die because you were a vampire. Snape came back because that girl Brittany freed him. I never liked her. She was a bad student.
Travolry said reassuredly.
That bitch! 1-1. Did she also free Hagrid and Lupin?
I shouted angrily. I hated Brittany because she was a fucking prep.
Yes, they're on the loose at the school. Dumbledore is back. Cornelia is on his way to help everyone. Tell everyone you see to lock themselves in their conman room,
Travolry said worriedly.
Okay, but where's Draco? How come? He was doing it with Snap.
I don't know why, but I know he almost tried to commit suicide after he saw you almost kill yourself,
She said.
OMG, that's terrible.
I gasped. Satan was still asleep, so he couldn't tell what was going on. Then I said,
Listen, everyone. I have something impotent to do. Everyone stay.
With that, I ran out.
Good luck,
Tara! 1-1-1.
1-1.
Everyone cried. I ran sexily down the stairs into the Great Hall, while the portraits around looked at me scaredly. There was hardly anyone else in the stairs, and there was an atmosphere of horror. On the way, I was Brittany laughing on the stairs. She was wearing a slutty pink shirt with flowers on it, a blue jean skirt, Abercrombie and pink style twos. She looked just like a pentagram of those fucking preps, Hilary Duff and Lindsay Lohan.
You fucking bitch. 1-1-1.
I shouted angrily.
No, you're totally a bitch. Now Voldemort will, totally kill you.
She laughed.
Crucius. 1.
I shouted selectively, pontificating my Blake want, and she started screaming because she was being tortured, and I laughed sadistically.
No, one, help me, one, please, one.
Brittany screamed, terrified. I put up my middle finger at her. In her hand, I saw the video camera Snape and Lumpen had used to take the video of me. I put the tape of Voldemort doing it with Hedwig onto it. Then I continued to round down the stairs with the camera. When I had reached the Great Hall, I saw Vampire Potter.
OMG, Vampira! 111.
I yielded. We hugged each other happily. He looked at me with his gothic red eyes and spiky Blake hair. Around them were Blake eyeliner and eyeshadow. He was wearing a Blake leather Jackson, leader pants, a Panic at the Disco shirt, and his Blake Congress shoes. He looked more like Joel from Good Charlotte than ever. Parenthetical, did you hear der song, Da River? It rocks! 1.
I was so worried you died.
Moaned Vampire.
I know, but I'm a vampire, lol. When I woke up, I was back in 1980, so anyway, I bought Voldemort from when he was young with me. Where's Draco?
I asked spuriously.
Draco? You mean the fucking poser who betrayed you?
Vampire snarkled with anger in his sexy voice.
I know, but we have to find him!
I said, smarty.
I'll do it then.
Harry said, angstily.
Okay.
I agreed. Suddenly, all the lights in the room went out, and then the dork mark appeared.
Oh my fucking Satan.
Harry shouted.
I think Voldemort had arrived.
I said, anxiously.
Fuck, I have to find Draco. 1. I guess we should separate.
Okay.
Vampire said, disparating. Sadly, I ran into the Great Hall. Chapter 43. I walked sexily into the Great Hall. It was empty except for one person. Draco was there. He sat there in deadly bloom in his Blake 666 t-shirt and his baggy pants. He had slit his wrists. 111. I felt mad at him for having sex with Snape, but I felt sorry for him. He looked just like Gerard Way with his red eyes and his pale white face.
Draco, are you okay?
I asked.
I'm not okay.
He screamed depressedly. I thought of the MCR song and I got even more depressed cause that song always makes me cry.
I gave him a pot cigarette and he started to smoke it.
Oh, Draco, why did you do it with that fucking bastard Snape?
I asked, teardily.
I...
Draco began to say, but suddenly Lupin and Mr. Norris apparated into the room. They didn't see us.
I'm so glad me and Snape were freed,
said Lupin.
Damn, this job would be great if it wasn't for the fucking students,
Mr. Norris agreed.
Pop Adelum! 111.
I yielded angrily, pointing my wand at them.
No! What?
Lupin shouted as chains came on him. Mr. Norris ran away.
You fucking perv.
I said, laughing with depths of evil and depressedness in my voice.
Now you have to tell us where Voldemort is, or I'm going to torture you.
I don't know where he is. 1111.
Said Lupin. Suddenly, Satan and Vampire ran into the room. Vampire didn't know who Satan was, really.
Oh my Satan, we were so worried about you guys. 1.
Vampire siad. I looked sexily at Draco with his gothic red eyes with contacts. Blake t-shirt that said 666 on it, and pale skin like Gerard Way. Vampire with his sexy Blake hair and red eyes, just like Frank Laro. And Satan, who looked just like Brendan Urie then. I selectively took the caramel from my pocket. And then I began Frenching Draco sexily. Lupin gasped. Draco began to take of his clothes off, and I could see his white sex-pack. Then Vampire took his own clots off too. We all began making together sexily. I took off my Blake leather bra, my Blake lace thong, and the rest of my clothes. Every one took their Glocks out, except for me, Immortal. Lol.
Oh, me Satan! Draco!
I screamed as he put his hardness in my thingy. Then he did the same thing to Harry. I began making out with Satan, and he joined in.
Oh, an S. 111.
Cried Vampire.
Oh, Vampire! Vampire!
I screamed.
Oh, Satan.
Yelled Harry in Pleasaur. Lupin watched in shock. We took turns doing torture curses on him, 'cause we were all sadists. Suddenly, a big Blake car that said 666 on the license plate flew straight through the windows, and Snap was in it. 1-1. Chapter 44.
Get me car.
Shooted Draco angrily, but suddenly it was revealed who was in the car. It was Snape.
I shall free you, Lupin, but first you must help me kill these idiotic Donderheads.
He said cruelly from the car as it flew circumcising above us.
Ebony, the Darkness, Dementia, Waven Ray must be killed. Then the Dork Lord shall never die.
You fucking prep.
Yelled Draco. Then he looked at me, sadly.
I forgot to tell you, Ebony. Snape made me do it with him. I didn't really have sex with him, but he's a ropiest.
We all put our clothes on quickly, except Satan. We were so scarred. 1. But Satan didn't change. Instead, he changed into a man with gren eyes, no S, a gray robe, and white skin. He had changed into Voldemort. 111.
I knew who thou were all along.
He cackled evilly and sarcastically at me.
Now I shall kill thee all.
Thundercam in the room,
No, please don't kill us.
pleaded Vampire. Suddenly, Willow, Bloody Mary, Diabolo, Ginny, Dracula, Fred and Gorge, Hagrid, McGonagall, Dumbledore, Sirius, and Lucian all ran in.
What is the meaning of this?
Dumbledore asked all angrily, and Voldemort looked away. Parenthetical. Because Dumbledore is the only wizard he is scared of. He did a spell, and suddenly his broomstick came to him sexily. Volxamort flew above the roof evilly on his broomstick.
Oh my god!
Slugborn gasped. Parenthetical. Get it, 'cause I'm Gothic.
The Dark Lord shall kill all of you. Then you must submit to him.
Snape ejaculated menacingly.
You fucking preppy stroopwafels.
Sirius shouted angrily.
I know a four-letter word for dirt. Cruciatus!
Screamed Harry, but the sparks from his wand only hit Draco's car. It fell down. Snap quickly crawled out of it and picked up the video camera.
Oh my fucking god. One.
I cried because the video of me in the bathroom, the video of me dong it with Draco, and the video of Satan doing it with...
If you kill me, then these videos will be shown to everyone in the skull. Then you can be just like that gothic girl, Paris Hilton.
He laughed meanly.
No!
I screamed.
FYI, I have the picture of you doing it with Lupin. 1-1.
What's she talking about?
Lupin slurped as he sat in chains.
Oh, Saw 2, she's gonna show everyone the picture. 1-1-1.
Harry shouted angrily.
Shut up, 111.
Lumpkin roared.
Foolish ignoramuses.
Yielded Voldemort from his broomstick.
Thou shalt die soon. Think again, you fucking muggle poser. 1.
Harry yelled, and then he and Diabolo and Navel both took out Blake guns. But Voldemort took out his own one.
You guys are in a Latin stand-of. 1-1-1.
I shouted deparriedly.
Echo Neville's wand. 1-1.
Cried Voldemort. And suddenly Neville's wind was in his hands.
Now I shall kill thee, and all in Ebony you will die. 1-1-1-1-1.
He made lighting come all over the place. I cried sexily. I just wanted to go to the common room and slit my wrists with me friends while we watched Shark Attack 3 and Saw 2 and do it with Draco, but I knew I had to do something more impotent.
Abracadabra! 1-1-1-1-1.
I shooted. Thank you for listening to My Immortal, written by Tara Gillespie, based upon the works of J.K. Rowling. This recording has been a Disinformed Productions production. My Immortal was produced, edited, and adapted for audio by Michael Clark, narrated by Shane Hunt, and performed by Michael Clark, Shane Hunt, and John Watkins. We thank you immensely for listening, and in the immortal words of warrior poet and Gothic god Gerard Way, so long and good night.
This isn't audible.